Hello everyone, this is Kyle from Too Much Bricks. Welcome back, and today we're taking a quick look at a Lego Harry Potter set, and I'm joined with my cousin Ava from Ava Grace. So I'm glad that I'm doing this collab with her. Now, personally, I have not seen any of the Harry Potter movies. I know you can attack me in the comment sections later, but I'm going to be reviewing mainly the Lego portion of this, and I'm bringing my cousin in since she is definitely a Harry Potter nerd, so she knows a lot about the information. So we're both going to be reviewing different portions of the set, and this is the Lego Harry Potter Aragogs Lair set. 75950, 157 pieces, ages 7 through 14, and retails for around $15 to maybe even $20 in the US, personally, where I picked this set up. And it's a pretty interesting set. So the first thing we're going to be taking a look at is obviously the spider. Then we'll get into the side builds, finish up with the minifigs, and wrap up this video. So without further ado, I do want to say subscribe, drop a like if you haven't, and let's get into it. So here is the actual spider Aragog himself, and I think it's definitely a pretty good build. I personally hate spiders, so this actually isn't that creepy. I mean, those legs. That's just me, though. I think the abdomen definitely looks great. We'll get into articulation in a minute. You actually have the mandibles, the actual jaws there, and you have 4 eyes. Now, as I said, I personally have not seen the movie, but we'll get to that in a minute. So let's bring him in closer so we can get a better look at that beautiful face that will just eat you, but that's okay. So you can see he's got the nice kind of shine in all 4 eyes. Do have a little bit of movement on a hinge there. I don't exactly know why just the eyes would move. You can actually angle the actual teeth or the actual jaws all the way closed, or you can actually have them all the way out. I personally like them closed. Aside from that, you do have the spider legs used for the iron spider, except this time instead of a nice gold, they are recolored and dark brown to actually match Aragog's, actually paint deco or color there. So they are on the actual hinges, so they can move up and down, they can rotate side to side, so you can get that really nasty look. They are identical in articulation. On the other side, as far as the actual abdomen goes, that is on a ratchet joint, so you can make that straight or lift it all the way up. Personally, I just lift it on a little bit of an angle, just so it kind of looks even more disgusting there. And now, Ava, what would you say based on the actual movie?
I think it's a great representation because it brings in all the features that is possible in a Lego set. Obviously, you can't put like fur and like hair on the actual Lego, but it definitely represents the spider honestly perfectly.
Alrighty. I personally don't even really actually want to see what he really looked like because that's just how much I hate spiders. But we're going to take a look at his lair, if you will, which is the actual side build, and then we'll get into the minifigs. Alright guys, so here is Aragog's lair, if you will, and you have the, actually it comes with 5 actual smaller molded spider. You get 2 black and 3 of this nice tan, which is definitely nice to get. I personally have never gotten any of these type of colored spiders, normally just the old red, and I believe these are actually new molds, new designs compared to the old spiders that we got in so many sets that just didn't even look accurate to what a spider looked like at all. Personally, I could be fooled with some of these black ones, but I definitely think that they're a good representation. And aside from that, we'll take a closer look at his lair itself. You can see you got a spider hanging down from the leaf there. Using one of those actual ping pong pieces, or actually some of the Lego City police ballots there that as he's stringing down from the tree, and then you have the gigantic web pieces with one of the spiders on there. But you can see that the tree definitely does look nice. I love how they actually use the roller skating slopes, that I like to call them, to actually make the tree look like what it would. You got some nice foliage there for plants, nice little mushroom, and then a smaller spider web on the bottom. Now, as far as this being an actual lair for the spider, I don't know. I mean, if it was maybe some type of cave, again, I have not seen the movie, but we'll get to that in a minute. This little thing does have an action feature, so if we rotate this to the back, you could see we got this little tail sticking out, flick fire missile, again, so that's what that is. It's just got one of those cylinder pieces that attach the actual flick fire missile projectile itself. Now you can flick this, but I'm going to personally push it out. You might want to hold this down, and that was very bad, but it's supposed to fire out like that. I'm not exactly sure what this is supposed to be. Aside from just a web shooting out, I don't know if it's from the actual spider, but you can see you got that cylinder in the actual base of the tree, and you have a little bit of terrain there for a minifigure to actually stand. Now, as far as the movie goes, what would you say about this particular scene?
I definitely think this goes great with Aragog himself because this scene takes place in the Forbidden Forest and it's really dark and obviously in a forest, so there's a lot of trees and there's definitely a lot more spiders in the movie, but they could definitely not give you that many spiders in the actual set. Um, but overall, I think it's a really good representation.
Awesome. Yeah, I would agree. I mean, with the amount of spiders that they actually gave you, I would say you have enough for an attack, I would say. I mean, you got five smaller ones, and obviously, I think that Aragog himself would be enough. So that's pretty much it for the set itself. We'll take a quick look at the minifigures included and wrap up this video. All right, so here is Harry Potter himself. I figured we'd start off with the man himself. Now, getting into the actual detail of the figure, I love him. I think it's an awesome representation of what he looks like. I know they've made multiple Harry Potter sets. Am I right?
Yeah.
So this is definitely an awesome upgrade to what Lego can do now compared to the original. Personally, don't have an original Harry Potter to actually compare this to, but I think that the new hair mold and the new actual face print does definitely look great. Now you actually do have the hair mold that has the little bit of that notch. You can see that little, almost looks like a bite out of it to actually accommodate for actually showing the actual scar on the head, and we'll talk more about that later. And you can see he's got his scared face there, and he also has a regular confident, happy, or calm face. And you can see how that notch slides right over the actual scar printing that is on the face. He's got his nice glasses there. Also has a very nice little jacket there. His wand. I do love these new wand pieces instead of them using the stick pieces. I'm glad they finally got off of doing that. And a definitely awesome candle. I'm glad that they're starting to come out with these instead of just, one of the studs on a stick, or kind of like the Minecraft torches. And that's pretty much it for Harry. Now, what would you say about this particular figure compared to the movie and on original sets?
Definitely the legs are a great choice, having them short, because this set is from the second movie, and that means that they're only in their second year, so they wouldn't be too old, so they probably wouldn't be that tall, and they're not really that tall, and they're more younger in the movies and the books, so that definitely fits. Um, the faces I definitely like because obviously when you're in the Forbidden Forest and it's dark, you're scared, so you just have to accommodate for that.
Yeah, so I'm glad that they gave him actually two faces. I did forget to point out, thank you, Ava, for bringing up the legs, that there is no leg printing, and these are not the new movable short legs, sadly. But as she said, I think that it was a good choice to actually give them short legs, although I would have preferred the actual new movable ones. And now let's move on to the last figure. All right, guys, so here is Ron, and he also does have a wand. Now, this is actually a lighter brown than the wand Harry was given, and are the wands actually different in the actual movie?
Yes, every wizard has their own wand, and it basically is unique to them. And it's made out of many different materials, and it all depends on like what happens when you go into the store.
Awesome. So I definitely think that it was smart to give them two different ones. Now, as far as design-wise, they are identical, but again, I don't think they were going to make two complete different designs, but I think they are fine for being different colors. He does come with those new lantern pieces, which I definitely love. They have the actual new lantern mold with just the translucent yellow cylinder piece stuck inside to represent that it's actually burning. And aside from that, he's got a nice sweater. No printing on the legs, as most short legs don't have any printing. Rotating him around to the back, you can see just more of that nice sweater printing all the way around. No arm printing or anything. I do love the Luke Skywalker hair recolored in an orangey color to kind of match what Ron looked like. And there is his more confident face. For some reason, I really think that this looks like him. And personally, I think that it was a good hairpiece choice. Now, as far as the wands go, they are on this ball that allow you to actually point them, and I really like how that looks. It actually looks like he's casting a spell. Now, as far as this particular figure goes, I will move him off to the side to bring in his buddy Harry. Let me zoom the camera out for you guys. What would you say on both of these figures, particularly Ron?
I just think they did such a good job making the characters from the books and the movies into these characters. They definitely got a lot of the features right, and I just think they make it really work for the sets.
All right. Now, would you have, because this is something that I was thinking of, would you have, are you fine with these two inclusions, or would you like to see maybe a Hermione, or are these the only two that were actually attacked by Aragog?
This set particularly, I think they put the right characters in because Hermione was like in this search for the Chamber of Secrets, which they were all in the search of, but these two specifically were in this scene, so that's why I would only include them.
Awesome. All right. Learning a lot about Harry Potter today, but we're going to give you one last look at the entire set and give you our final thoughts. So thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I do hope you found this helpful. This was our look at the LEGO Harry Potter Aragogs Lair set 75950, 157 pieces, ages 7 through 14, retails for around $15 to maybe even $20 in the US. I personally would rate this set a 10 out of 10, personally, from what I've heard from Ava and how accurate it is, and personally of just the Lego feel of it. I think that Aragog, the spider himself, looks great. I think articulation works on this figure. I think the tree as a side build works. Definitely awesome to get multiple newly molded spiders, as well as an awesome Harry Potter and Ron fig in a relatively cheap set. Now, that's my thoughts on it. What would you say?
I would have to agree with you because they included what they could out of the scene, because obviously the whole scene has so much detail, and there's just so much stuff that I don't think you could include in just one set. So I think this was definitely a good representation.
Now, something you had mentioned off camera actually was that there's actually another set that goes hand in hand with this one. Was that the
Whomping Willow. So basically, at the start of the movie, Ron and Harry take a car, well, Ron's father's car, because they can't cross through at 9 3/4, and they end up crashing it into the tree. And
in that same scene is where they get attacked from the spiders as well.
The tree eventually like drops the car, and the car kind of just disappears until this scene. It comes and saves Ron and Harry from the spiders that are chasing them.
Awesome. So again, if you want to pick that set up, obviously it is sold separately. It's a much bigger set. We're hoping to actually pick that up and review it. That's pretty much all for our look at this set. Again, it's a 10 in my book. I think it is perfect. So definitely be sure to subscribe, drop a like if you haven't. Head on over to my cousin Anthony's channel, AGL Studio, subscribe to him, as well as my cousin's Ava's new channel, Ava Grace. I suggest you click on my channel icon, go to my channels that I am subscribed to, and subscribe to her from there, because there are a lot of Ava Graces out there, because she's not famous yet, but she will be soon. Hopefully she'll be starting some content soon, and hopefully we'll be doing some more collabs. Definitely be sure to go check out TMB Gaming, check out TMB Transformers, follow me here on YouTube, subscribe, drop a like if you haven't, and I think that's pretty much it. And this is Kyle from Too Much Bricks saying